Yo, what is up everyone? Jay here with another Fire Emblem Heroes reaction video to the first main series banner of 2022. And this year starting off with a bang. It's got a very exciting character in my opinion that's being featured, and it's Sacred Stones. So Sacred Stones, I honestly did not expect Sacred Stones to get a banner. Reasons being is because, well, I believe it's been longer for Binding Blade to get a banner. Because Binding Blade, the last time they got a banner was November of 2020. So it's been over a year, and the last time Sacred Stones got a banner was at the beginning of Book 5. So I'm pretty sure Binding Blade has been waiting for longer. So I'm sorry, Binding Blade fans, but Sacred Stones is getting another banner, and it has been a while, but I really expected Binding Blade or Thracia to get a banner because the past 2 years, Jugdraw banners have been opening up the year. So, you know, makes sense to guess for it again. But it's Sacred Stones this time, and it has some fan favorites that are finally in the game. And the first unit on the banner is Neimi, and she is a red bow infantry unit. And yeah, she's finally in the game with Colm. He's also on the banner. Those two are inseparable, of course. And her kit, she comes with a rapid crier bow. This gives her speed +3, and it's a pretty interesting support slash you know, weapon for her. So gives her attack speed +6 to the ally with the highest attack speed total for 1 turn. So, you know, pretty specific condition, but I guess it's pretty easy to get. So any kind of fast unit can get this buff. And if the unit is within 3 spaces, if she's within 3 spaces of an ally, she grants +5 to all her stats during combat, and then also gets an additional bonus to her attack during combat equal to the total attack speed bonuses on ally with the highest total attack speed bonuses within 3 spaces. So that's a long sentence, but basically it kind of works like a friend blade tome, well, blade bow I guess in this case, where she'll get stronger if the allies around her are stronger as well, based on the buffs they have. So we've seen this effect before on some other tomes before, but not on a bow, I don't think. So pretty unique bow. Gonna definitely be nice for her, for sure. And yeah, so that's a rapid fire bow. Definitely better than not having a PRF. Comes with Moon Bow, Speed Res Bond 4, which I don't think bond skills are that great. But you know, this can definitely be something if you want this skill, I guess, even though I think Unities are just way better. Speed Res Bond 4, we haven't had that, so that's in the pool now. And then Joint Drive Res, which is, you know, not as useful as the other joint drives, I'd say, like Joint Drive Speed and Attack, which are more generally useful. But I think all Joint Drive skills are good because they're just free stats for you and your allies. So that is Neimi. Glad she's in the game, you know. She's coming in crying, and definitely the fans of her are crying as well. Tears of joy. So there she is attacking this sword flyer. And the next unit is Rennac. So Rennac can finally join up with his crew, with La Rochelle and Dazla. Well, Halloween Dazla. Regular Dazla's not in yet. But here he is, and he is a green dagger infantry unit, and he is pretty simple. He comes with Vicious Dagger Plus, which is basically a regular version of Courtly Fan. So, you know, they're slowly turning a lot of the seasonal weapons that are really good into regular pool weapons, which is really cool. So now we have more access to it. So Courtly Fan is an amazing dagger. It's one of the best inheritable daggers in the game, from Dancer Ethlyn, and I have it on my Summer Lind. She kicks ass with it. It's pretty much her best dagger in my opinion, and I don't take it off anymore. I have other daggers I have on Lind, but Courtly Fan is pretty much my go-to. So it's cool to see Vicious Dagger into the regular pool, which is basically a half no follow-up dagger with attack speed +5 with it. So it's very solid. It's very good for offensive dagger units, and I mean most dagger units are offensive in nature. So yeah, this is going to be really nice just having a regular pool. Comes with Glimmer, attack speed solo 4, and disarm trap. So we have another unit with disarm trap in the regular pool. Most of the time when disarm trap is released, it's on a seasonal, so that's cool as well. So yeah, a regular Courtly Fan for Rennac. Kind of wish he had a PRF, but this works. It's, you know, it's kind of like Julian, where he came out, where it's going to be a solid unit in stats, but he doesn't have a PRF. Probably going to be the same for Rennac here. But yeah, I'm glad he's in the game finally. He can't run away from La Rochelle anymore. He's finally in. And yeah, so he's a green dagger infantry, going to be hitting this cavalier. And the next unit is Colm, Neimi's, you know, beloved, basically the capable thief, and he is the demote of this banner. Easy. So he is a blue infantry dagger, which we do not have many of. Honestly, we don't have a lot of colored bows or daggers in general, you know, those of the colored variety. But Colm here, he is, yeah, like I said, the demote comes with Quick Dagger Plus, which is again another seasonal weapon that's turned to a regular weapon in the pool, which is Ouch Pouch. So we get Ouch Pouch for the regular pool now, which basically gives you -2 cooldown at the start of the turn. That's pretty much it Comes with pivot, moonbow, attack speed 2, which is hilarious. They couldn't have given us anything better for the demote. So that's kind of sad to see. But he comes with attack res link. So I think the only other unit with it in the regular pool is what's her name? Titania, her seasonal version. I could be wrong about that, but attack res link you don't see often. So that is Colm's kit. Again, I wish he had a different A slot. Like, they could have given us Fury at least. That would have been better than attack speed 2. Like, come on, man. We're not going to use that skill. But yeah, that is Colm. So he is here to accompany Neimi, which is funny because he's supposed to be the guy who's protecting her, but he has a worse kit. But yeah, he's a demote. So blue dagger infantry unit, very rare. I think the only one I can think of right now is Yogurt, Ygir, little sister of Fjorm. But is there any other blue dagger infantry? I can't think of any right now because they're just so rare. But yeah, that is Colm, so he's going to be a nice merge project for a lot of people. Definitely a fan favorite. Alright, so last but not least is the Ascended hero of this banner, the star of the banner, and it is Ascended Joshua, an incredible man. I absolutely love this pick. This is a character that nobody expected. Pretty much 99% of the world did not expect Ascended Joshua because, you know, we expect Ascended heroes to be main lords, at least first of most of them, the first ones to be them, because we already have Fjorm and Legarn. So either, you know, we expected main lords or OCs, but Joshua out of the blue gets an Ascended version. So this is amazing. Like I said, we expected main lords like Marth, Crom, Ike, Erica, all those characters, but Joshua here gets one. If you haven't played Sacred Stones, you might be looking at it and be like, what the hell, why does he have an Ascended version? But if you've played Sacred Stones, it does make sense because he does have a prominent role in the story, a bigger role than, you know, someone like Colm or Neimi. So not going to spoil why he has a prominent role, but you know, you should play Sacred Stones if you haven't. Definitely one of my favorite Fire Emblem games, and Joshua is a character I really like from the game. Definitely a memorable dude, and he just has a cool design, and this design is no exception. Look at how amazing he looks. He's got this green robe stuff going on. He's got a kind of mask thing. I don't remember the exact term for it, but he kind of looks like a Gerudo guy, kind of like a Gerudo. I mean, it makes sense. He's from Johanna, has some deserts, so this is he just looks magnificent. I really like this design on him, and I'm glad he got an Ascended version. It's definitely awesome because it adds variety to the game, and it shows that Intelligent System isn't always predictable. I love it when they think outside the box and they try to surprise people, and they definitely threw all of us for a curveball because nobody expected Ascended Joshua. You know, I mean, I wouldn't have been mad if it was a regular Lord, but this is awesome because not only does it give characters, you know, that are less popular or less prominent to get shine, it also opens the floodgates for any other character. So hint hint, Lind, for example, my favorite Fire Emblem, who also is my profile picture on my channel. I hope Lind can get an Ascended version. That would be awesome because she also has a prominent role, kind of like Joshua. Well, not exactly like Joshua, but you know, has more prominent role, more presence than some other characters. So another Ascended hero I can see is maybe let's say Minerva, even maybe Loon. There's definitely a lot of candidates. So this opens up the floodgates. But let me stop talking about that. Let's just talk about Joshua as a unit. So he is a dagger infantry unit, and you also notice that the whole banner is range units, which is, I mean, when's the last time that has happened? So Ascended Joshua here, his kit is stacked. So he comes with Blade of Johanna, which is actually a dagger. Gets a -1 cooldown, and at the start of combat, he basically gets a Mega Lull skill, which inflicts -6 speed defense on the foe, and then neutralize their buffs to speed and defense. So he's going to be hitting really, really hard, and then he gets these really unique effects. So if the foe is in combat in a cardinal direction of Joshua, so basically directly in front of him, then they can't counterattack. So he gets a fire sweep effect, conditional fire sweep, but it's really, really easy for the most part. But that's amazing because the only other fire sweep dagger effect we have in the game is Layla's dagger, so this is really awesome. But if they're not in cardinal directions, for example, if they're diagonal to Joshua, he still gets an effect. So if they're not in a cardinal direction, he also deals damage equal to 15% of foe's attack. So kind of like Ruptured Sky, you know, Ruptured Sky true damage in a sense of mini Ruptured Sky. So this is an amazing weapon. Definitely one of the best daggers for sure. You know, just having fire sweep in a dagger is amazing. Or a fire sweep in a ranged weapon in general is amazing. So yeah, Blade of Johanna is definitely not playing any games. And we just got Volk last year, at the end of last year on the Path of Radiance banner. And Volk's amazing in his own right. But you know, Joshua here coming in strong for sure as a dagger infantry as well. Comes with a Glimmer. I kind of wish they gave him lethality because He can, I think he can get it in Sacred Stones. I mean, Glimmer is fine. He's gonna hit our Glimmer, but Lethality would have been cool because he can definitely use it. Not as well as Volk because Volk gets the null guard effect, but Lethality would have been nice. You know, and you can run Time's Pulse with it. Lethality would have been cool because this design on Joshua is kind of like an Assassin Joshua, which you can turn into in Sacred Stones. So, you know, this is definitely something I could see a Joshua trying to wear if he's trying to be a sneaky or assassin wise. I mean, obviously this is not what he looks like when he turns into an assassin, but you guys get what I'm saying. Lethality would have been cool for the special, but he comes with Glimmer. Life and Death 4, which is going to boost his offenses like crazy. No Follow-Up, of course, which is the classic. And then Green Feud 3, definitely interesting pick. Green Feud is going to be nice against units, for example, like Thor, to just stop those effects on her World Breaker, for example. So, not the best feud skill. I think the best one is Colorless Feud, but Green Feud is still useful against green allies, support allies and stuff. So yeah, that is Ascended Joshua. What a beautiful unit, a beautiful man with a beautiful kit. So I'm stoked, man. I'm really excited that Joshua got an Ascended version. Very unexpected and very welcome in my opinion. I mean, there's going to be haters for it. But Joshua in general, I think, is a pretty liked character. There's always going to be someone whining, like, oh, why didn't Byleth get one or something? But yeah, Joshua, like I said earlier, it opens up the floodgates for other characters to get Ascended versions. If Linda gets one, man, I'll be really, really excited. That's the day I'm really going to die of excitement, because if Linda gets one, because, she's kind of like Joshua, where she has a more prominent role in the story compared to the other cast members. So I can definitely see her getting one. I was always wishful thinking Linda could get a legendary version, but I feel like Ascended version at this point is more likely because now Joshua has opened up the gates for it. So definitely a lot of potential. Even characters like Nana, any kind of prominent character that isn't a main lord could get one. So Joshua has done a lot of good right here. So definitely very, very exciting. And of course we get the new story chapter for book 6. And the free unit is Reeve. So Reeve is basically a Garneth archetype. He's the Garneth of Sacred Stones, which is really funny because Garneth just made the finals in the last voting gauntlet. So Garneth definitely called up his homie Reeve here. He's like, hey, you're going to be in the Sacred Stones banner. Or not in the banner, but you're going to be featured. So he is the GHB unit. He is a blue, probably infantry mage. He's not red, which I'm glad about, but he is a light mage in Sacred Stones, so which makes sense. And hopefully he's decent. He's probably going to be gimmicky. I hope he has a PRF at least and not like some kind of rabbit tome or something. That'd be really stupid. But yeah, hopefully Reeve's okay. And yeah, so that is pretty much the banner. Sacred Stones with Ascended Joshua. Who would have guessed? I really like this pick. Sacred Stones is probably in my top 5, top 10 Fire Emblem games for sure. So I really like that it got a banner, even though I definitely expected Binding Blade. Binding Blade will get its chance. But Ascended Joshua is amazing. I really love the design. He just looks awesome, man. Just awesome. And even if you don't like this banner in particular, at least it gives you hope for your other favorites that aren't main lords to get Ascended versions, And yeah, so this is awesome. And there's pretty much a lot of excitement going on. And yeah, I mean, it's also funny that the whole banner's ranged units. When has that happened at all? I don't remember when the last time this happened, but of course, you can get the Ascended Floret if you summon for Joshua, and you can spark for all your characters if you want. So, Colm was a demote. Rennac, he's kind of doomed because he doesn't have a PRF, but he's still pretty good himself. And then Neimi is an interesting bow unit, and then Ascended Joshua obviously stealing the show as an Ascended hero. So, that is pretty much the banner. Like I said, I'm super stoked. I think this is a really good step in the right direction because it adds a lot of potential to the game. It opens the floodgates basically, and it gives characters love that they probably wouldn't get otherwise. So I really like Ascended heroes now. I mean, I didn't hate Fjord or Leggarn, but now that we're getting it for characters like Joshua, it's giving me hope that Lind could get one. If Lind ever gets an Ascended version, because it's been over 3 years since her last alt, you best believe I'm gonna be losing my voice. Definitely gonna be excited for that if that ever happens. I'm not saying it will, but definitely could happen. Lind has the times with Garneth and stuff. She's Nina's apprentice, so it's not like she's a regular old gym like some other characters. No offense to the other characters, but you guys know what I'm saying. Like Joshua has more prominence in the story compared to someone like Gilliam, for example. So it's not like this doesn't make any sense. So Ascended Joshua, really amazing. I can't really stress it enough. I'm really excited. This is a very, very exciting time. What a great way to start 2022, honestly. yeah, they definitely threw us for a curveball. So yeah, that is the banner, guys. Let me know what you guys think down below. I've already let you know what I think. This is amazing. I hope you guys are excited as well. And if you're new here, subscribe. Drop a like if you haven't. All the support is appreciated. And thanks for listening to me ramble. As always, please stay safe out there. And peace out, guys.